Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is end your regrets. Well, I'm 55 years old, right? So if I think I'm probably have less time left to live than what I've lived already. So let's say if I'm 55, if you double that, that's 110, right? Do I think I'm going to live to 110? Now, maybe I will, but let's just say most men, are probably dead by the time they're 70, and then certainly by the time they're 80. So I don't know that I have that much time left, right? 15 years, 25 years. Certainly, I'm going to do what I can to live as long as I can at a high level. But what I'm suggesting is that when a person gets to be up middle age and older, if your life is not going the way you want it to go, you're going to have to spend enormous effort to end those regrets. I'm at the point where the regrets I've had, I've gotten past. I regretted getting married, I got past that. I regretted some of the jobs I've had, I've gotten past them. I've moved to something much better. I regretted living in the city I lived in for so many years. I moved to a different city. I've gotten past those regrets. Okay? I used to not be able to talk like this on a camera in front of other people. I used to not be able to speak up. I ended that regret, so now I can get in front of a camera and talk. I can get up in front of a big crowd of people and give a talk. I can raise my hand and talk. I can spit out an answer. I can do a lot of things. I can go up to girls and talk to them. I can go up and meet new friends, introduce myself. I've ended that shyness regret. You get where I'm coming from. I don't want to get to the end of my life and look back on it and say, oh, what a gosh darn waste of a life. No! I ended those regrets the way you should be doing too. Whatever is bad in your life, you gotta make the changes to start making it good. You don't want to get to the end and find out, it was just for nothing, right? And then even worse, in the pain you face at the end of your life is this continual pain you're facing today. When you're in a bad marriage, you're gonna regret it. It's gonna make all your days painful. When you continue to go to a job you really don't like, you really can't stand, that's either so difficult you don't know what you're doing, or it's so tedious you're bored out of your mind, or there's something about it, the people you work with, the commute to get there, when things are wrong, that's a regret, and you want to spend enough effort to get past that. It can be a lot of effort. It can be an enormous amount of effort. I know trying to get this job I had was just an enormous effort. I spent months on it. Months! I went to work all day, every day, 40 to 50 hours a week at a job, and then plus all that time for months after work and before work and on weekends, and taking time off to try to get a different job. It was an enormous, like a part-time job, trying to get a different job. And I know some of you are going to have to go through this to get the job of your dreams. But once you do, oh man, your life is so good. Leaving my wife, I spent months tracking, and I detail in my book, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man with a 3-step system, how I got to that point and the way I determined that I should leave. But I spent months tracking this, learning about verbal abuse, trying to figure out what the problem was and what the solution is. And then after I even left her, it took so much more effort to get through the divorce and all the trials and tribulations. But you know what? It's been worth it. It's been worth it. My life has skyrocketed into this happier man life that I enjoy today, that I absolutely love. It helped my kids. They were able to move on from their mother too, and they've become outstanding people. I don't think the three of us would have anywhere near the quality of life we do if I hadn't left my wife. Right? And you may have to leave your wife. You may have to get a different job. You may have to leave the city you're in, go somewhere else. You may have to totally change careers. You may have to totally change your life. Right? But you have to do this if you're going to regret it. If the things you're doing, you know you're going to regret the longer you do them, certainly on your deathbed, and certainly in the here and the now. If your life isn't good, you've got to figure out a way to end those regrets. And you know what? This is how successful people do it. They don't sit around tolerating bad situations. They force themselves to go through the effort to get to a better situation. And if they go to what they think is a better situation and it turns out to be a mistake, they correct it and they do it again. And you might have to do this again and again and again. I've had a lot of jobs, 6 or 7 or 8 major jobs. I keep trying to figure out the right one. It's my life though. I'm going to do what it takes to go to a job that I love each day. I've moved so many times trying to get to a place that I feel that feels like home to me. I left a bad wife and I determined how I want to have different relationships with women in the future. And then on the other side about the regrets are, what are the good things that you're doing that you want to keep doing? Maybe some of these good things that you're doing, you have to find a way to do them a little more, right? Like I love getting together with my old friends, and the more I get together with my old friends, the more fun I have, the better my life is, right? So if you have old friends you're not getting together with, well, maybe you got to find a way to get together with them. I love getting together with my family. Well, I make it a point to keep getting together with them to make my life good because of it. So I'm at the point where I don't really have that many regrets. The things that were majorly wrong with my life, I've fixed. And if I happen upon some things that aren't quite going right, well, then I spend more effort and fix them again. Right? I'm not gonna live my life with regrets, and neither should you. You can do it. All for now.